I hope you guys are enjoying the show. We have two more companies to hear from, and then we're going to be headed upstairs, and I'll give you some more details after we're done here. Next, I'd like to invite Garrett Zimmerman to the stage. He is a musician who has been using their app, Hive. So here's Garrett.
Hi, everybody. My name's Garrett Zimmerman, as he just said. I play in a local Cincinnati band called One Day Steady. We've been doing it for about 4 years now. Maybe you've heard of us. You probably haven't. I also work over at the Thompson House in Newport, Kentucky, and I've been there for a couple of years helping with booking and talent buying and that kind of thing. So everybody, you've got a favorite song. You got a favorite band, Listening to that song, it creates a certain emotion, a certain feeling. It takes you back to maybe an era in your life. That's what music is. Music is about that feeling, and it's about the sound that goes into our ears. Unfortunately, over time, through things like social media and whatnot, they're a great tool to that, but they've also helped create barriers that have made it more difficult for bands like my own to grow and develop in the ways that we feel like we deserve to or should based on the music that we're creating. Things like, your image, your perception, who likes you, how many people like you. All those factors come into play. And, through working at Thompson House, I've had the experience of, hearing awesome, amazing local bands that nobody showed up for. I've also seen, bands that had a pretty solid following on Facebook and, seemed like they would have a great fan base, but were able to just actually manipulate those numbers to give themselves a false impression, and, the music was not up to par. So, when Andrew and the rest of his team came and told me about their idea and told me about their app, I was extremely excited. It's something that can really break past those barriers and help get past all the other kind of noise and static that gets in the way of us listening to what we're supposed to be doing, which is listening to the music. So without further ado, guys, Andrew Savitz, the CEO of Hive.
Thank you. All right, hi everyone. My name is Andrew Savitz, and I'm the CEO of Hive, a technology and data-driven matchmaker. But we're not connecting romantics. We're connecting the very best undiscovered musicians and those looking to find them. So a little more information about Garrett. He's got some awesome music on SoundCloud, but has yet to see any real success in building a following. When we asked him why this is, it turns out that he lacks two key things. He lacks the time, and he lacks the knowledge needed to effectively promote his music. And he's not the only one. There are millions of great artists just like him who are never going to get discovered. And that's simply because they cannot effectively promote themselves. And the interesting thing about this problem is that it doesn't just affect them. Because for every great artist who goes undiscovered, the music industry as a whole is negatively impacted. And from artists' inability to promote themselves, record labels are forced to spend $4.3 billion a year trying to find them, but only have a 15% success rate in doing so. And listeners, on the other hand, waste an average of 3.7 hours a week trying to find new music. But once again, don't always find something they like. So that's why we're creating an ecosystem that does a better job connecting the best undiscovered musicians to their future fans, all while creating valuable data so record labels can start making more informed and successful investment decisions. And Hive is at the center of this ecosystem. So every time you log in, you'll immediately be directed to the Discovery section, where you can search any artist, genre, or even a mood to start finding new music. Songs will then be presented to you in 30-second clips, so you can find new music faster than ever before. And when you find a song you love, simply swipe right. Now, every time you do this, it's immediately going to share to 6 new, random listeners on Hive who have similar taste in music to you. So this is awesome for you as a listener, because you're getting a guarantee that every single song you receive has already been validated as something worth listening to by at least one other listener. Now, in addition to sharing out to 6 new people, every time you like a song, we're going to add it to your personal Hive playlist so you can listen to the full song anytime, anywhere. Now, as an artist on Hive, every time you post a song, we're going to give you real-time feedback on who's receiving your music and how they're engaging with it, so you can do a better job booking shows and defining your audience. Now, we're very pleased to announce that just 2 weeks ago, we launched our beta and have already seen some incredible traction. For a company like us, engagement is everything. That's why we're stoked to see users coming back to our app and playing with our music. In fact, we've already tracked over 27,000 songs having been listened to since we launched our beta, which is phenomenal. So this is great. We know that listeners enjoy what we've created for them, but we also wanted to make sure that the distribution method we've created for our artists is benefiting them as well. And it is. One artist in particular came to us and said this is going to be one of his favorite, most used apps when we launch in the App Store. But we don't just have quotes to back this up, we have some hard numbers for you as well. Prior to joining Hive, our artists had a typical reach of 100 listeners. And after spending just 2 weeks taking advantage of our patent-pending music distribution method, these very same artists reached an entirely new audience of over 70,000 listeners. So this is massive for these guys. And just so you guys understand, this number comes from both the listeners that it reached on Hive, as well as all the people that it reached on Twitter, the second part of our viral loop. So you guys are probably wondering, why are we getting in the music industry? It's such a crowded space. The thing is, everyone's focused on a very specific segment of the market, and that's the 10% of artists who have already been discovered. No one's really focusing on the other 90%, except for one company, and that's SoundCloud. And they've done an outstanding job creating a platform that allows undiscovered artists to post their music. The one thing they're lacking is the ability to link the right music to the right listeners. And that is where Hive comes in. We're using SoundCloud's API to create a better discovery tool for the music on their platform. And to that point, we're focusing our target market on their 15 million paying musicians and their 200 million monthly active listeners. And to monetize, we're focusing on a freemium subscription model. So as a paying artist, you'll have access to premium features such as unlimited post reach and in-depth data on listener engagement. Now that's specifically for the independent artist. But as we continue to grow, and as our data becomes more reliable, we're going to attack the multi-billion-dollar music events and distribution industry by helping booking agents at music venues and festivals and talent scouts at record labels do better jobs deciding which artists they should be working with. We've already started doing that on a local level, working with a few venues and festivals here in Cincinnati, as well as on an international level, working with some great record labels in the UK. So this is our team of passionate music lovers. We've got some awesome experience in the music industry. Myself, working for multiple music festivals like Bunbury and Midpoint. Eric, having produced music for Universal. Patrick, designing multiple music apps. And Ben, a classically trained musician who plays in symphony orchestras. So we know music. We've also built some awesome apps and huge user bases around them. So we're absolutely the right team to bring Hive to market. So once again, we're here to play matchmaker. We are Hive, and we're here to help you find your sound. So we invite you to help artists like Garrett and other talented artists achieve their dreams of creating those special moments for their listeners by signing up for our beta at gohiveapp.com. We'd love to talk to you more about what we're doing upstairs after the pitches. Thank you very much.